You feel it, don't you? That restless surge inside you, the flood of ideas, the sparks of brilliance that flicker like fireflies in the darkness. You have this chaotic energy that seems to come from nowhere, hitting you when you least expect it. But here's the truth that they will not tell you: creativity is not random. It is the raw, untamed force of your ADHD mind. Your brain is not broken. It is a weapon, an untapped superpower that the world has yet to understand. The world calls it distraction, but you know better. You know the truth. What they dismiss as scatterbrained or unfocused is the pulse of something much bigger. Your ADHD brain does not follow a linear path. It does not move in straight lines. It does not fit in their world. That is because it was never meant to. You were never meant to be confined by their rules. You were born to break free. You were born to create. The storm that rages in your mind, the constant buzz of thoughts and ideas. Is it overwhelming? Yes. Does it feel like it will never stop? Absolutely. But that very storm is your power. Every single thought, every burst of energy, every moment of chaos is fuel. This is not your curse, it is your weapon. The world calls it distraction, but that is their mistake. They do not see the connections you see. They cannot feel what you feel when those flashes of brilliance explode in your mind. The creative sparks, the ideas that come to you out of nowhere. They are the product of your non-linear genius. While others are stuck in their routine, moving through life like robots, you are moving in 1,000 directions at once. And when you let go, when you finally surrender to the flow of your thoughts and ideas, you create. You unlock something they can never even dream of. The chaos in your mind is not your enemy. It is your creation engine. And when you master it, nothing will be beyond your reach. But they do not understand. They will tell you to focus, to stay on track. They will tell you that your creative bursts are nothing more than distractions. They cannot see that your ADHD is the source of your power. The world tries to tame you. They try to control your mind, to put you in a box that doesn't fit. But that box was never made for you. You were not born to follow. You were born to create. Every time they told you that you were too much, that you were disorganized or all over the place, they pushed you further into your own storm. But that storm, that very intensity, is where your genius lives. It is in those moments of chaos that your creativity takes form. It is when the world around you feels like it is falling apart that you begin to build. Do you ever feel like time is slipping through your fingers? Like the minutes and hours just vanish, and before you know it, the day is gone? That is time blindness, another trait of ADHD that they tell you to fix. But it is not a weakness. It is simply your brain operating at a different speed, in a different rhythm. And while others are trapped in the clock, following its predictable tick-tock, you are racing ahead, pulling pieces of the future together in a way no one else can. This is your secret. You see the connections others cannot. You understand patterns that are invisible to most. While they move in a straight line, you are constantly shifting, adjusting, weaving through time and ideas in a way that is both unpredictable and unstoppable. And when you focus that creativity, when you channel that storm into a single point, you create. You bring something new into the world that has never existed before. They cannot see it, but you do. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not scattered. You are simply a different kind of genius. And once you stop trying to fit into their mold, once you stop trying to force yourself into a rhythm that was never designed for you, you will understand. You will see. You were born for this. The more they tell you to calm down, the more they try to slow you down, the more you must resist. That chaos inside you, it is your strength. not your weakness. It is the spark that ignites your creativity, the fuel that drives you forward. The world will try to put you in a box, but that box was never made for you. You are too big for their world. You know what it feels like to be misunderstood? You know what it's like to hear the words focus and get organized one too many times. But now, you will embrace the truth. Your ADHD brain is not the problem. It is the solution. Your mind is a well of potential, and it is time for you to draw from it. You were built to create in ways that others cannot even fathom. They will try to box you in, but you will never fit. You were born to break free. The storm inside you will not always be easy to manage. Some days, it will feel like it is going to tear you apart. But the truth is, it is not there to destroy you. It is there to forge you. Like steel in a fire, you are being molded into something strong, something unstoppable. Every moment of chaos, every burst of creative energy, every racing thought is preparing you for something greater. You are not broken. You are unfinished, and the best parts of you have not even been revealed yet. It is time to stop running from your creativity. It is time to stop fighting your ADHD. You are not broken. You are a force that is waiting to be unleashed. Now let the storm inside you rage. Feel it rise with each breath, pushing you forward, creating a power you cannot ignore. The world is waiting for you to unleash your potential. But here's the truth. You are the one holding yourself back. Every time you doubted your creative spark, every time you let the world's judgment drown out your own instincts, you stifled the very thing that could make you unstoppable. There is a method to this madness. What the world calls chaos is simply the way your mind operates, constantly moving, shifting, adapting. This is not a weakness. This is your blueprint for creativity, and it is unlike anything the world has ever seen. It is raw, untamed, relentless, and once you realize how to use it, you will be unstoppable. Think about it for a moment. Every time you have been told that you were too much, that you were unfocused or scattered, they were misunderstanding the truth. They did not see the storm for what it was. They were too afraid to look deeper. But you understand. You know what they cannot see. You know that inside your mind lies a superpower, one that no one else can understand, because it is designed to create in ways others cannot. You do follow the rules. You break them, and in doing so, you craft something new, something profound, something that no one else could ever dream of. You do not need to quiet your mind to be productive. You need to channel it, to focus it, to let it carry you to places no one else dares to go. The creative bursts that seem so unpredictable, those flashes of genius that come out of nowhere, they are not random. They are the product of your brain working at a higher level, skipping over the mundane and the ordinary, searching for connections, seeking new paths. They are your gift. Your ADHD mind does not fit into the rigid framework that others live by. It is free. It is wild. It is meant to be unleashed. When you stop fighting the current, you start to flow. When you stop resisting the storm, you begin to harness its power. You know how to create something out of nothing. When the world tells you that your ideas are too much, when they say you are spreading yourself too thin, what they really mean is that you are too much for their limited vision of what is possible. They cannot see the possibilities that you can't. And that is your edge. But there is a critical point of transformation. The key to unlocking your true potential is learning how to direct that wild energy. You are not a ship without a rudder. You are a force with a purpose. You must learn to focus that storm into something that you control. It's not about silence, not about taming your mind. It's about discipline, It's about focus. Discipline does not mean subduing the storm, but it means learning to command it, to use it as the weapon it was meant to be. How do you do that? How do you master the creative chaos that seems so uncontrollable? It starts with recognizing the patterns. Every burst of creativity, every random idea that seems to appear from nowhere is connected to something else, some underlying pattern. Your mind does not work in a straight line. It is designed to leap, to jump from one idea to the next. But those leaps, they form a bridge, a path to something great. You are capable of seeing patterns where others see only confusion. Your creativity is not random. It is the result of a mind that is constantly processing information, constantly searching for meaning, for connections that others cannot see. While others are stuck in their routine, you are constantly evolving. Your mind is a living, breathing entity, shifting and changing, adapting to everything it encounters. This is not chaos. This is invention. But you need to be ready, because once you unlock the full potential of your ADHD brain, once you start creating in ways you never thought possible, you will have to be disciplined enough to follow through. That is where the transformation happens. That is where you go from someone who is too much to someone who is unstoppable. It's in this moment right here where you realize that your mind is not broken, but that it is exactly what you need. So stop fighting it. Stop doubting your ability. The next time you feel the familiar rush of ideas, the burst of creative energy that threatens to pull you in 1,000 directions, embrace it. Lean into it. This is your gift, your strength. And it is time you start seeing it for what it truly is. The world cannot keep up with your mind. They are too bound by rules, by routine, by limitation. You are free. You are creative. And that is the most dangerous weapon you can wield. This is what separates you from the rest. This is why your ADHD is not something to be ashamed of. It is not something that makes you weak. It is not a flaw. It is your superpower. The world has told you that your mind is too scattered, too distracted, but they have not seen the truth. They have not seen the way your mind works, the way you see patterns, the way you create from chaos. And now, you will show them. You will show them what it truly means to think differently, to live differently, to create in ways they never thought possible. Your ADHD is your gift, not your burden. The storm inside you is not a curse, it is your creative engine. The more you lean into it, the more you will see. The more you focus, the more you will create. And when you stop doubting yourself, when you stop trying to conform to their expectations, you will finally see the truth. You are unstoppable. The time has come to stop questioning your power. The storm inside you is not something to fear. It is your path to greatness. The more you resist it, the longer you stay shackled. But the moment you decide to embrace your true nature, your ADHD mind will unlock potential that others can only dream of. You are the storm, and the world has yet to see what you can truly create. It has been a long road. You've faced doubts, both from others and from within yourself. You've been told that you are too much, too scattered, too impulsive, that your mind is too wild to ever achieve anything substantial. But here's the truth that no one else will tell you. They are wrong. Every single moment of chaos, every burst of creativity, every distraction was never an obstacle. It was fuel for something greater. Your mind is not the problem. It is the solution. In every racing thought, in every moment of overwhelm, there is something more. You have the ability to create, to innovate, to think in ways others cannot even imagine. While the world looks at you and sees a mess, a whirlwind of ideas and unfinished tasks, you see it differently. You see the potential, the pieces that others overlook. And when you harness that, when you channel your creativity, the world will change in ways they never expected. This is the myth of ADHD, that it is a disorder, that it is something that holds you back. But the reality is far more powerful. ADHD is not your cage. It is your wings. You were born with the ability to fly beyond the limitations others are trapped in. Your brain does not operate within their rules, because it was never meant to. You were designed for something greater. When you begin to accept that, when you begin to embrace the storm inside you, you take control. You stop being a victim of your mind and become its master. You start creating in ways that others simply cannot keep up with. You see where they see distractions. You see connections. Where they see chaos, you see an endless sea of possibilities. And that is what makes you unstoppable. But mastery does not come without effort. Yes, you have the power within you, but it requires discipline to direct that power. The moment you stop fearing your own mind, stop seeing it as something to be fixed, you will unlock its full potential. You must learn to channel that energy, to use it like a finely tuned instrument. The chaos must become your ally, not your enemy. You must find rhythm within the storm, focus within the flood of ideas. It is not about slowing down. It is not about calming your mind. It is about discipline, learning to control where that storm takes you, choosing to follow the paths that will lead you to creation, to success. You do not need to force yourself to fit into their world. You were made for something bigger. The storm inside you has the power to tear down the walls they built around you, and to create something entirely new in its place. The first step to mastering this power is recognition. Recognize that your ADHD mind is not a curse. It is not a flaw. It is a strength, a source of creative genius that others cannot understand. The more you accept this, the more you will see the world open up in front of you. Your mind is capable of things they cannot even dream of, and it is time to stop hiding it. The next step is commitment. Commit to your creative process, to the chaos, to the unpredictability of your mind. Embrace it fully. Do not fight it. Learn to let it guide you, to move with it. Your mind will never be normal, but that is your advantage. It will never fit into their molds, and that is exactly what gives you the edge. You are not meant to fit in, you are meant to stand out, to create, to leave your mark on the world in ways that no one else can. Finally, the last step is action. All the energy in the world is meaningless unless you channel it into something tangible. Action is where the storm meets creation. It is where your potential becomes reality. Stop waiting for the right time. There will never be a perfect moment. There will always be distractions. There will always be moments of overwhelm. But when you take that first step, when you begin to create despite the chaos, you will see how powerful your ADHD mind truly is. You are unstoppable because you are different. The storm inside you will never fully calm, and that is the secret to your success. The more you lean into it, the more you embrace it, the more you will create. The world is waiting for what only you can offer, what only your mind is capable of bringing to life. And when they ask, when they wonder how you did it, you will smile. You will smile because you already know. You already know that your ADHD was never the obstacle. It was always the key. Now go, create, and let them watch. Subscribe for more on how to unleash your ADHD superpower and change your life.